Hi, Adriana. I'm going to reply to your video. So for video 1, you talked about how he mentioned her, he brought up her family, and the reason for that was because our families, our first interactions are with our families, and they mold how we tackle life. And that is a big thing for Adler. And his theory is that, everything that we learn about relationships and how to tackle relationships and social situations, you learn from your family at an early age. So he's asking her about her family in order to get a better insight on, how they tackled problems or how they were, in social situations, so that he could see, kind of where she got some of her viewpoints. She did mention that she, her life tasks, she was open to maybe a relationship, maybe, wanted to see her kids succeed, and, her job, stuff like that. He did kind of put a positive spin on everything, and that's one thing you mentioned, that makes it show that he's an Adlerian counselor or therapist. He's showing her that there are positives, that not everything is bad, not everything is a negative. He's giving a positive spin to things and making her think positively also about her future and her goals. So that's an example of an Adlerian theory. For video 2, you had mentioned that her patterns was that she had always been alone. She didn't really have anyone to help her, and she was kind of always just expected to do things on her own. And on Selfish to a Fault, that this was some kind of maybe a defense mechanism for her. She wants to come off as a strong person, that she doesn't need anyone else. So I see why he would think that is selfish to a fault, because it can be, yes, but at the same time, maybe, and we've only seen a 3-minute clip or whatever of their session, so we don't have much to go on of Gina's life, but maybe because of the situations in her life, she or situations of her past, she might need that defense mechanism, or she feels like she needs it in order to not get hurt, or maybe she wants to prove something to herself, that she can do things on her own, that she doesn't need other people, which Adler would disagree and say that you do need other people. Relationships and social aspects is a big part of it, but, and I'm not saying that's wrong. Of course you need social things going on in your life. I agree with that. So, but I see why, he says she's maybe selfish to a fault, because she is thinking about herself, and not necessarily other people in the picture. I mean, I think she's still thinking of her kids, of course, because she mentioned them. But as far as relationships go and stuff, she's kind of thinking that she just will be alone and she'll be fine because she doesn't need anybody. So that would be a fault. Not that she needs somebody, a mate or whatever, but being open to that is a good thing. Especially according to Adler, wants you to be in those kind of relationships. So that is my response.